So I'm here with the lovely Colin Walker. Congratulations on all your successes. You
Thank
have
you.
Treme now, and then you also had a major box office win with the Butler. It's over 100 million right now,
Yeah.
and it was like 4 or 5 weeks at number one. That's great. So how do you feel?
I feel fantastic. It's been wonderful to be part of a movie that's such a huge success at the box office, as well as I think it's a cultural success. I think it was an important movie. It came out at a time where it was the 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King's speech, and I think it's an important movie. It's been a blessing and an honor to be a part of such an important movie.
Awesome. Now, a couple of your projects originated or was shot in New Orleans, which is ironic because you were born there. What
Yeah.
was that experience like?
It's been wonderful to have so much work in my hometown. I get to go home and call it work, and my mom loves it too.
Awesome. And so, what got your interest into acting, and who inspired you?
Um, that's interesting. I started working not long after high school. I was doing a play in the college I was in, and the fellow I was working with got funding for a movie, um, and I got to be in front of the camera in a lead movie in one of the first jobs I got, and it just always felt right. And my inspirations go, all over the place, from Ed Harris to Benicio del Toro to, I think I prefer to watch actors who really love their craft and create really interesting, strong characters.
Awesome. Now, you graduated with a degree in directing and acting, and you co founded a theater company. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I started first in the theater, and me and a couple of friends were literally sitting on a curb one day, and I think the love of the theater is the love of storytelling. And so we started a theater company that was in the basement of a coffee shop just in order to keep telling stories. And it was wonderful. It turned into something that, became a storytelling place in Santa Fe where I went to school. And I've always gone back to theater and love being part of the theater.
And you also had projects in television and both film. Is there a preference on which one you like more?
I work on the show Treme with this, I think some of the most amazing people making television today. David Simon, Eric Overmyer, George Pelicanos. I just think the people making television today are extraordinary. That being said, working on film gives you closer to a theater experience where I worked with Lee Daniels and John Cusack and Forrest Whitaker, and we spent 12 hours on a 5-page scene, which you wouldn't have the time to do in television. But we really dug into the characters, and so I think I'd have to say film first, but I think there's also so much great television. It would be hard to pick one or the other.
And what is your dream role?
My dream role, I think we're living in the golden age of television. I'd love to play a character on a show like Southland, or a show like Justified, or a show like Kelsey Grammer did on the show Boss on the Stars Network. There are just so many great anti-heroes out there, as well as ensemble pieces. You look at a new show like Graceland, and it's 5 great characters. And I just think there's so much great stuff being done on cable television right now.
And to aspiring actors, what advice would you give them?
Um, I would say do a lot of theater because, I've been working as an actor for a long time now, and I've continued to grow as an actor and as an artist because I've been able to do theater, and it nurtures the storyteller in me and the actor in me, and I would say just keep on doing it.
And what can we expect from you next?
We got Treme coming out in December, and then I'm actually in my first horror film that's coming out in January, a picture called Devil's Due. Uh, it's a great piece, headed by Zach Gilford and Allison Miller, with a great ensemble cast, and it's sort of a reimagining of Rosemary's Baby, and with a lot of found footage, and there's some really scary stuff in there. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but it's a fun piece coming out in January 2014. Hey, this is Colin Walker. You're logged into Entertainment Scoop, and this is where I get my news.